We are living in interesting times where we need to evaluate how we present ideas and information, and then modify where appropriate some of those ways so we can better share with you. Great Controversy, page 678 says, prayer is the opening of the heart to God as to a friend. Not that it is necessary in order to make known to God what we are, but in order to enable us to receive Him. Prayer doesn't bring God down to us, but brings us up to Him. So during this time, we have opportunity to continue to pray for ourselves as well as each other. If you have a prayer request or a specific need, please contact your parish leaders, consisting of your elders, deacons, deaconesses. If you don't know who your elders, deacons, and deaconesses are, please contact the church office, and the secretary can then put you in contact with your parish lead. You can also contact me or your prayer team so we can add you to our prayer list. And finally, if you have access to the internet, please go to our church website, pendletonadventist.org, and click on the prayer tab. Fill in your prayer request, send it off, and I will get it. You also, if you have Facebook, can email via Facebook as well. Members, we are updating our church directory. So when your parish leader calls you, please be ready to provide a few things. Names of your household members, your mailing or your physical address of your residence, your cell phone or your landline phone number, email addresses of your household members, and finally, the name of the primary person in your household for your church-related communications like announcements, reminders, notices, etc. If you're looking for ways to give your tithes and offerings, you can go to pendletonadventist.org, and on that site you can find or will find the Giving tab. Fill in your applicable information and send it on. Another way is by mailing your tithes and offerings to Pendleton SDA Church, 1401 Southwest Goodwin Place, Pendleton, Oregon, 97801. Unless notified otherwise, you also have the opportunity to deposit your tithe envelope through a mail slot that we've added to one of the doors of the church fish bowl. And the fish bowl will be open each Sabbath from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Martha was a new believer. She had already understood how tithes and offerings were important for God's cause on the earth, and how we should not be controlled by emotions or feelings when we give. She also knows that her tithes should be based on a percentage specified by God, 10%, but she was wondering, how much should I give as offerings? Luckily, she had Jackie to explain everything she needed to know. Jackie had not only become her friend, but she had also happened to be Martha's Bible study teacher.
Here, Martha. This is actually something very simple to understand. Paul suggests that we should purpose in our hearts something to give. Some people vow a fixed amount to be given regularly. But there is a problem with this suggestion. For example, I have a friend who vowed to give $10 as offering every time he received his paycheck. Not too long after that, he lost his job. Now, how would he give something he didn't have? On the other hand, let's say you vowed to give $10 as offering, but you end up getting a new job with a very good salary. Do you think that $10 would be proportional to your blessing? So how should I give my offering, you may ask? Well, the Bible suggests that we should give offerings according to the blessing, or according to the prosperity. It is much easier when we give in proportion. So, in this fair percentage-based system of offerings, those who earn more, give more. Those who earn less, give less. And those who earn nothing, give nothing, and are considered truly faithful. Simple, right?
It was by the Lord Jesus Christ himself, who gave his life for the world, that this plan for systematic giving was devised. The cause would no longer be dependent on certain gifts of impulses and vary according to the changing feelings of men. As you return your tithe and give your promise, ask the Lord to help you truly understand the principles of tithing and offering, so you can sincerely be used in his work of spreading the gospel throughout all nations. May we put our desires last and God first.
As you return your faithful tithes and offerings to the conference, local church, and HJA's Worthy Student and Schoolhouse offering, you are supporting the mission of God's church as we continue to move forward and meet the challenges of these times. Today's offering is for local church budget. Local church budget covers costs such as our local secretary, utilities, insurance, maintenance, janitorial service, funds for the needy and poor, and Sabbath school expense. Another item church budget helps support is presenting the message of the gospel to as many people as possible. So, with the impact of COVID-19 being felt around the world, within our nation, as well as within our own community, we have responded by presenting a shortened worship service. To present this service to as many members as possible, we are currently broadcasting with 2 laptops and a cell phone. Soon, we're going to change to an actual live stream camera as well as hardware. So when that new system is up and running, we'll be able to broadcast the worship service more effectively. Now, when the quarantine is lifted, we will then continue broadcasting the worship service to those who are not able to physically attend, and they'll be able to get online and watch the service that way. Thank you for your continued prayer and support as we work to present the gospel to those near and far off.